What is going on, people? Today I will be reviewing The Predator in Blu-ray and 4K, and I got that coming up for you next. So The Predator came out in late December. December was a huge month for releases, so I am just catching up with that right now for you guys. Kicking off right into the video quality because I already reviewed the movie itself, and I'm going to be starting with the Blu-ray. This Blu-ray actually looks pretty damn good. You know, this movie was shot digitally, and it definitely it shows, to be honest with you. You know, you have a crystal clear image here, razor sharp edges as well, and I mean razor sharp edges. And yeah, this actually, I feel like this is actually, as far as sharpness goes, you could put that up with some of the best of the year. You get a whole lot of details, specifically when you're talking about the alien weaponry in this movie, and when you're looking at like all the machinations that are on the cool like alien wrist gauntlet things that they have. That is all kinds of cool, and I really love that. And this movie is just a really great watch as far as from a visual standpoint is concerned. My only issue is that the CGI in this movie is not that great at all. And yeah, it shows on Blu-ray, and it just pulled me out from what otherwise was a really good and just solid presentation. But you know what? That didn't ruin it for me. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. This is still a great watch. And getting into the 4K version, this is where it is at, people. This is actually a 2K digital intermediate here. So it is upscaled to 4K. But trust me, this will show you that it ultimately, once you sort through all of it, it doesn't actually matter, because this looks incredible in 4K. I really did dig this one, and I did not expect to. Edges and overall clarity are just razor sharp here, and I just was really blown away by how sharp this actually looks, people. Every shot, even in darker shots, is just so razor sharp. It just really impressed me. And then when you get into like a lot of the detail work here, that is something that is truly excellent. Like I talked about on the Blu-ray, you get a lot of detail in the Predator wrist gauntlets, and all the Predator tech here is just really awesome, and a whole lot like of detail to it. And then actually you get a somewhat decent amount of detail when you're talking about CGI. And you know, the CGI in this movie is something that I will just always struggle with. I don't think it's good CGI at all, especially with those Predator dogs. Those things are just really bad CGI creations, but they do have the most detail and look the best here. And then when you get into HDR, you just have a glorious presentation that really sticks out from the background, and really gives a dimensionality that wasn't actually there on the Blu-ray. Explosions, there are a whole lot of them in this movie, and all of them just pop off the screen with blasts of color, and I just really dug this mix. This is a 10 out of 10, and I struggled with a 9 or a 10, but the more I thought about it, the more I would really go back and watch this just for the video quality. So I gave it a 10. And getting into the audio here, on the Blu-ray, this is actually given a DTS HD 7.1 mix that is absolutely outstanding, and you know, bass response there is excellent. It has so many different dimensions and layers to it. It feels really expansive and weighty when it wants to be. And on top of that, you just have a very fully immersive mix that has heavy surround usage, even with the back surrounds. And yeah, that is just all A1. Speaker separation is really, really stepped up, and just a really, really good, immersive, great sounding mix that I'm going to give a 9 out of 10 to. And the only reason I'm giving that a 9 out of 10 really is because I've also heard this Dolby Atmos mix, and oh my god, it is just amazing. Amazing. Probably not... I seriously, don't quote me on this, but I might say that it is my favorite of the entire year. I might do that. But I would have to look back and pick out the best ones. But I just really had a lot of fun with this one. Overall levels are just toned up here. My whole house shook. Speaker separation is stepped up so much. Overhead usage and the overhead speakers is just constantly being used with this. Man, I just feel like they had a whole lot of fun just like thinking of ways that they could step this movie up with its sound design, and they totally did. Surrounds are constantly used as well. Look, this blew me away. Along with the video quality, and I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, I can't say enough about this. And getting into the digital copy here, this is a Movies Anywhere digital copy, which means that you can view the 4K version on iTunes and on Vudu. And getting into the special features here, none of them are on the 4K disc. They are strictly relegated to the Blu-ray disc, and they have a typical deleted scenes. There is about 10 minutes that go into Shane Black and his contribution over the years to this franchise, and along with that you get about 10-minute featurette that goes into the colorful characters that are in this movie. And there is another one that actually gives you a recap of all of the Predator films along with theatrical trailers. Look, this is not a lot. I would expect more, and I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10. You know, it is what it is, but I just really wanted to go into the production of this movie just because I know that it had a very troubled one that I prefer studios to be honest about and actually show us what the hell went on here. And as my last looks at The Predator, look, this movie is not a good movie. I am going to say that up front. But it is a movie that I can enjoy and have a lot of fun with. And really, this movie can be boiled down like this for people. If you don't enjoy the colorful characters in this movie, or if you are so into the Predator lore that you can't accept them changing it the way that this movie wants to change it, then I would say that you will not have a good time with The Predator, because they are big on both those things. And if you didn't see my video review for The Predator when it came out in theaters, I give it a 7 out of 10. And when you get into my final scores for The Predator on Blu-ray, you come out to a 29 out of 40. And when you get into the 4K version, you actually get a 31 out of 40. Look, the actual quality of the movie and the special features hurt this review the most. If they would have given us more special features, I feel like this would have gotten a higher rating. If you like The Predator, this is a great video transfer with a demo-worthy Dolby Atmos mix. If you can pick this up in 4K, do it. You will not regret it. And to kick off with the last release for December, that will be Schindler's List. I got it right here. I'm going to watch it tonight, and then I'm going to review that for you guys. So if you are excited about all of this and the many things that are coming out in January, subscribe so you know when that video comes out, man, because you know you want to see it. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. You guys are awesome. I don't even need to say it because you know it, and I will see all of you next time.